Hey, Farhana.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Peter.
Hi, Farhana. Probably we have to give the audience a bit of our self-introduction.
Okay, okay.
Ladies first.
How about you first?
Okay, I do first.
Sure.
Okay, hi, I'm Peter. I'm a lead social worker in FRCS Family Service Centre. I'm based in the candid office and I've been working here for more than 30 years. Over to you.
Hi, I'm Farhana. I'm the Assistant Senior Social Worker. I've been working here for almost 6 years now. Yeah.
I think the audience would like to know a bit about us. What do you think motivates you to actually join FRCS Family Service Centre?
I will share from the start. I've started working here in 2017 as a social work associate. Yeah, and at that point of time, I was juggling between studying and working at SUSS doing my bachelor in social work. Yeah, then after my graduation in 2021, I was re-designated to social worker. Yeah.
We did our first case together.
Yes,
yeah.
I remember that. Yeah. Then subsequently, I was inspired to pursue my graduate diploma in counselling. You remember that?
Yeah, you just keep on learning. You just keep on growing.
Yeah. I was still so inspired to just keep learning and just continue to learn more. Yeah. Then so recently I got promoted to assistant senior social worker.
You deserve it.
Yeah, and I think looking back at the journey, in my journey, I'm thankful to the company for the endless encouragement, support, and also opportunities. Our FRCS motto, service above self, resonated with my personal values, like giving a helping hand to others at any time and acknowledging that we're all the same, and to respect one another. Yeah, so I do believe that kindness begets kindness. So in my role as a social worker, I am deeply motivated by the desire to make a positive impact on the lives of individuals and families, and it coincides with FRCS FSC's vision and mission, which is impacting every family and individuals in need through our idea of service above self.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Yeah.
Actually, that is the reason when I came here for the interview 13 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, I met that my ex-director, 𝐒𝐫𝐲𝐢𝐴, and I remember coming in and I saw the motto, the vision and motto vision about impacting every family and individual in need. Yeah, through our ideal of service above self. Yeah. I remember that caught my attention immediately. Wow. Yeah. So why did I want to come into a family service centre is because during my course of study, I actually have been more interested or attracted to wanting to journey with our families and individuals in distress. Yeah. So I really want to journey through with them through their hardship and provide them with comfort, provide them with the needs, the ability to actually overcome their difficulties. Yeah. So I can remember this is what happened 13 years ago. And actually the interesting fact is, why did I know about this family service centre, right? It's because my friend lives upstairs.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. He was the one who said, hey, you graduate, you want to find a job, right? And you like to work in a family service centre, right? Yeah, I said, yeah. Actually, my house outside got a family service centre. So I applied, and I got a response very fast because just nice they were looking for an additional income. Yeah. Then within a month, 2 months like that, I got employed already.
Wow.
Yeah, through the interview process.
Wow.
Yeah, so I really am thankful for my ex-director, 𝐒𝐫𝐲𝐢𝐴. Yeah, she has been very kind, very supportive. Yeah, and I think her warm personality actually made me feel very comfortable when I joined FRCS Family Service Centre.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a beautiful journey.
Yes, it is.
Okay, Peter. What are some challenges you face in your work? And how does FSC provide support for you?
Wow, when you say challenges, I can start thinking about the challenges. Yeah, because I will start to jump out all my clients' challenges into the challenges that I'm facing.
I know.
Yeah, actually, one of the common things I find that I keep finding that as a challenge is the concept of empathetic distress. Yeah, I think as caseworker or social workers working at FSC, working in a human profession, when we see individuals and families in need, we tend to feel a lot for them. Yeah. Maybe probably we don't do that in front of our clients. Maybe we don't also do that in front of many of our colleagues. But actually deep in us, we get affected by it. And we usually don't know until it starts to influence our behavior, influence our perception, and influence our day-to-day mood.
I agree.
And I think it's not just seeing those families who are disadvantaged, not those living in poverty, but also seeing those individuals or families where members are going through unimaginable pain from abuse and neglect, and they are supposed to be cared and loved by someone who they think should be doing that for them. And I can relate to the pain and suffering from them as they share their story. And I'm trained to provide the support to them. I'm trained to link them to the necessary support that can help them to overcome their suffering and pain. I also do feel the impact of the distress when I hear them sharing the stories. And I think this is something that I really hope that I can be with them to help them. But sometimes my capabilities are limited because I do not have the professional training to do so. So I think sometimes this will actually come to me and affect me. So I think fortunately, I think working in FRCS, we have very good support from the management. They offer counseling. They offer us a budget to go for counseling for ourselves, to actually discharge and process through all this distress that we receive from our clients. And I think it's necessary. It allows us to understand who we are and why is this affecting us, and how can we build up that capabilities and resilience to handle such cases. And this is an inevitable journey, an inevitable challenge that if we want to work here in the Family Service Centre, this is something that we are expected to build our resilience towards.
I agree.
So, and also not forgetting colleagues like you.
Thank you. Like you too.
Who are always coming and checking with me. Am I okay? I think you all can sense that when I'm not okay, you will come and check whether I'm okay. I remember receiving flowers from you, and that helps to cheer me up. And I think the occasional lunch or check-in or over tea or over meals has been very helpful for us to share the struggles. And actually it also helps me to feel supported. And I also know that I'm not alone in the journey.
It's true. We're in this journey together.
And I think this cannot come without a culture that is built by the management or supported by the management. It allows us to be more open to be vulnerable, to seek help, rather than keeping it all alone and thinking that people may judge us.
Just be vulnerable, right?
Just be vulnerable. And I know that the management, my colleagues, will be there to support me. How about you? What are the challenges that you face in your work here, and what are the supports that you find it helpful?
I could relate to what you shared just now. But I think for me, there were times when I feel stuck with the cases that I work on, in terms of like being unsure of the direction of the case. Because sometimes we do have like our own like action plans or intervention plans for the clients, but there might be some ambiguity on whether this is the best options, or is there any other solutions that we can also perhaps like focus on in this situation. Hence, I'm also very blessed and thankful that we have individual and small group supervision. And so we come together to discuss about like the case or to explore like possible options that we can consider to how we can better support the client. Yeah, and additionally we have lab laboratory. Do you know? Remember that? Yeah. Are you in charge of that?
Used to be.
Yes. Yeah. So it stands for learning and bonding. And the purpose of this lab laboratory is to gather all social workers, to share about their success stories or any challenging cases that they have that they want to maybe come together and share. Yeah, and this is the platform where we will get support from each other, and as well as to encourage learning. And what you say, we are here, we in this together, and we just want to get that support from one another.
Many heads are better, always better than one.
That's true. I agree.
Farhana, you got any experience to share? Experience like where you think you felt that your work has made significant impact to like individuals or families?
I have this one case. So the client, she's a foreign spouse, and she came to Singapore after she met her husband in Indonesia. So I remember when the client was pregnant with her third child, her husband unfortunately was arrested. Yeah, so that's when the case was referred to me. And I remember when I first handled the case, it was quite challenging in the way that she was not familiar with Singapore systems or services, so she was really clueless. And then because all this while she has been depending on her husband. Yeah, and husband was the point of contact, because of language barrier. Yeah, so client has difficulty communicating in English. So furthermore, the absence of the husband, right, actually made her feel helpless. Yeah, and I still remember that she was not aware that her husband actually purchased furniture and household appliances from courts, and the payment contract is on actually monthly installment basis. In addition to that, her informal support, which means her family origin is in Indonesia, so she can't get that support. But other support, like her husband's side was very weak because husband's side were not really helpful and unsupportive. Yeah, so they didn't even visit my client after she gave birth. So she really felt all alone, and so she had to navigate all this by herself. So you can imagine not knowing the system. I don't even know how to speak English and all that, and I have to navigate this all by myself and to take care of my children, the 3 children. Yeah. Then I also remember that she was feeling low and depressed, handling all the children by herself, and she was also feeling suicidal too, actually. Yeah, and because it was too much for her. So I worked with her, in terms of to regulate her emotions and to explore healthy coping mechanism, and also to give her that platform to just share how she felt about all these things, and just be vulnerable also and it's okay to not know and to also learn. I remember I accompanied her to various agencies to really advocate for her, because again she's not Singaporean, so it's a bit hard for her to get that support. So I remember I'm going to courts to make that agreement in terms of the monthly payment. I also remember that we collaborated with SSO, Social Service Office, to assist her with financial assistance. And we also registered her son in our reading program, because her son was actually struggling to read and also to recognize alphabets. So these are the struggles.
ECP program, you are leading?
Yes, that's the reading program. And I could see that he was very motivated to learn. Also for the mom to keep asking him to come every week and without fail. Yeah, and fast forward to now, she is one of the most resilient persons I've ever met. Yeah. I was surprised to find out from her that she actually went to HDB by herself to appeal for a lower rental fee despite the language barrier. Can you imagine that?
By herself.
By herself. Wow. Yeah. And I was so touched when she said to me that my support and involvement have been the epitome of her journey.
Wow. You're like lighthouse,
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. She learned her way just to really get where she is now. Yeah. So when I reflect back on my journey with this client, I realized that not only did I impact her, but actually she had an even bigger impact on me.
Is that a smile of satisfaction, that kind of fulfillment?
Definitely. Yeah. I think that's why we are here also, right? Yeah.
And really this story really touches me. I can see how much your presence has become so significant to her in the earlier part where she was very lost.
Yeah, I'm glad that I can be that support for her. Yeah.
Good job, man.
Thank you. Okay, so Peter, how about you? Like, do you have any experience where you felt like your work, made an impact or significant impact on the clients that you have served?
I can remember this guy when he came to me 6 years ago. I've been working with him for 6 years. And I can remember the state that he approached the FSC then. He was actually in his final year, final semester in his polytechnic, and he suffered a breakdown, and he had to quit school. He was a top student in poly. That's what the lecturer has told me, and asked me whether I can get him back to studies. But unfortunately, his breakdown was so severe that he cannot continue to study, and he has problem also supporting himself. So he used to do part-time job, but he has to stop that. He lost a lot of money, his savings, to his ex-partner. And when he came to find me, he's always full of cuts on his wrist. He would tell me that he has been thinking about killing himself as well, but I decided to put myself back. So every time in the session, for the first few months, we spend most of the time firefighting, doing crisis management. And I have to send him to A&E a couple of times. So he always relate to me as the person who always send him to A&E. But interestingly, he still come down and find me. He was diagnosed with depression then, and he was kind of a challenging patient and a client as well to me. So he will not adhere to any treatment. He is very selective of his medication, and he has a tendency of requesting to change his psychiatrist and his psychologists who are providing psychotherapy to him. And I think we had a very distant relationship. He would come and find me, and then he would disappear. So it was about 3 months later, he suddenly called me when I was at work and said, I need to meet you tonight. Are you able to come down and meet me tonight? I have something to tell you. It's something very important. So I was like, okay, so what do you want this time? That's the thought that was running in my mind. So I went down to meet him at his block. I remember we used to meet up at a barbecue pit nearby his block, because he can actually have his cigarette while he talked to me. And then he told me that actually I really need help, and I haven't been truthful to you and to my doctors. I've been actually hearing voices, but I was so afraid of it that I tried to deny their existence. So I thought I can actually live with it, but I can't. And the voices keeps coming back to me from day to night, and I cannot sleep. And if I try to fight against them, they will say very cruel things to me that attack my self-worth. And there are times that I really just want to end my life. So I also asked him, why did he choose to tell me this time? And he told me that after working with me for a few months, he can feel that I'm sincere in wanting to help him. And he realized that his voices was less intense whenever we meet. He don't have to feel guarded. He feels that he can be more of himself. So he feels that he can trust me. I think that step that he chose was the first step that paved the way for his recovery. I accompanied him to the polyclinic to get another referral. And this time he was referred to the IMH. And he was given a diagnosis of schizophrenia. And I think fortunately, as a patient with schizophrenia, in that program that IMH provided, they actually assigned a caseworker or a case manager to follow up with him, to educate him on his symptoms, support him through his schedule to ensure that he makes it to the doctor's appointment. And he also have a compassionate and patient psychiatrist who spend a lot of time with him, educating him on his medication and trying to negotiate with him on what are the medications that he can increase or reduce, so that my client can be more compliant to the treatment. And for me, I was better able to work with him on his social needs. So getting him financial help, linking up to various services so that he can support himself to support his family members. He attempted to try employment as well. Yeah, and he was able to go around the various social agencies to apply for assistance for his family, who are also struggling with financial issue then. I was very touched because he was able to build up his capabilities. Month by month, you can start to see you can see that progress, that little progress that he's making. And he has actually also stopped self-harming. He has no suicidal thoughts.
Cool.
For more than 2 to 3 years already. It's a combination of factors.
Definitely,
From the medication, from the treatment.
And your support.
And probably the support from the social service agency like us.
Yeah.
He has also learned to work with a psychologist to get therapy on how to manage his voices. He actually came to me a few months back because he likes drawing. So he drew a family portrait. And within the family portrait, I remember when I saw it, I almost teared. The family portrait has him, his psychiatrist, his case manager from IMH, and me.
Wow.
I asked him where's his family members. He says his family members were not there at his most darkest period. He says that the 3 of us were there for him. And that makes him decided to continue living and to continue to seek treatment. And to find meanings in his life. And the last that I checked in with him, he has also signed up for various social activities. So he signed up for interest group so that he can actually learn how to socialize with people, make new friends, building up healthy resources for himself. He took up meditation, and he ventured into his interest in drawing.
Nice.
This is a case that whenever I think about it, I will always feel very satisfied and fulfilling.
I think you have made a good impact on his life also.
I remember that's the comment that he made when he did that family portrait.
That's so sweet. Okay, so thank you for giving us the opportunity to share our journey. I'm happy to do this with you, Peter.
Actually, when I got this opportunity to actually do this video, and I know that person that I'm going to partner with is you, actually I was very excited. And to share this journey that I've gone through for many years. I would say it's a bittersweet journey, and it's also a fulfilling journey.
I agree.
I think to share it also with someone that we have been working together so closely for many years together for this is very meaningful. And I hope the audience will enjoy what we have shared.
I think at the end of the day, we still go back to our motto, which is
Service above self. Yeah, okay. Really? Okay. For our activities, especially RNCC music. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.